The elite have perfected the art of transforming ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences, and by the end of this exploration, you'll discover how their seemingly simple daily practices can revolutionize your lifestyle in ways you never imagined. While most people stumble through mornings in a haze of caffeine dependency and digital distractions, the affluent approach each day with deliberate precision and mindful intention. Their world operates on principles that extend far beyond material wealth, focusing instead on cultivating habits that enhance both personal fulfillment and social sophistication. These individuals understand that true elegance emerges not from expensive possessions, but from the careful curation of daily rituals that reflect refined sensibilities. The distinction between ordinary living and elevated existence lies in these subtle yet transformative practices that anyone can adopt regardless of financial circumstances. Observing high society patterns reveals fascinating insights into how intentional living creates lasting impact on both personal well-being and social presence. Their approach demonstrates that luxury is fundamentally about quality of experience rather than quantity of possessions, and this philosophy permeates every routine aspect. What makes their lifestyle remarkable is how they've mastered the balance between sophistication and accessibility, creating habits that feel both aspirational and achievable. The most intriguing aspect of elite daily practices is how they transform mundane activities into meaningful rituals that enhance personal satisfaction and social connection. These 9 carefully observed habits reveal the blueprint for living with greater intention, elegance, and purpose, regardless of current circumstances or background. First, let's examine how the affluent begin their day with purposeful morning rituals that set the tone for everything that follows. The wealthy don't merely wake up, they orchestrate their emergence into consciousness with deliberate practices designed to center their mind and align intentions. Rather than reaching immediately for digital devices or rushing into reactive mode, they create sacred space for reflection and mental preparation. This intentional awakening often includes 5 to 10 minutes of meditation, deep breathing exercises, or contemplative journaling that helps process thoughts and emotions. The practice of morning journaling serves as both mental decluttering and goal setting, allowing them to approach the day with clarity and focus. Their mornings unfold with remarkable tranquility, free from the chaotic energy that characterizes most people's rush to begin their day. This serene approach to morning routines creates a foundation of calm confidence that influences every subsequent interaction and decision throughout the day. The key principle here involves treating your morning as an investment in your entire day's quality, rather than simply another task to complete quickly. By implementing even abbreviated versions of these practices, anyone can experience the profound difference that intentional morning rituals make in overall life satisfaction. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell to join our community of viewers who are transforming their daily lives through these refined lifestyle insights. Moving forward, we'll explore how the elite approach breakfast as a cornerstone of their daily experience rather than merely functional fuel. The sophisticated never treat their first meal as an afterthought or something to consume hastily while multitasking with other activities. Instead, they approach breakfast as a moment of mindful nourishment that deserves proper attention and beautiful presentation. Fresh seasonal fruits, artisanal breads, and perfectly prepared eggs served in elegant dishware create an atmosphere of abundance and appreciation. Even simple offerings like oatmeal receive thoughtful garnishes, such as fresh berries, nuts, or herbs that elevate both visual appeal and nutritional value. The practice of plating food attractively and sitting down to eat without distractions transforms a basic biological need into a pleasurable ritual. This approach to breakfast demonstrates how small changes in presentation and mindfulness can dramatically enhance the quality of everyday experiences. The underlying philosophy emphasizes that how we treat ourselves in private moments reflects our overall relationship with self-care and personal worth. By dedicating proper attention to breakfast, even busy individuals can incorporate this element of refined living into their existing routines. Next, we'll discover how the affluent approach physical movement as an expression of personal style rather than obligation or punishment. The wealthy view exercise as an integral part of their identity and lifestyle rather than something they must endure for health benefits. Their movement practices often include activities like Pilates on professional equipment, private tennis instruction, or equestrian pursuits that combine fitness with skill development. What distinguishes their approach is the emphasis on finding forms of movement that bring genuine enjoyment and align with personal interests. The goal isn't necessarily intense physical exertion, but rather consistent engagement in activities that promote both physical and mental well-being. They understand that sustainable fitness comes from choosing movement that feels rewarding rather than punitive, making consistency more achievable. This philosophy extends to making exercise sessions feel like personal time rather than another item on an overwhelming to-do list. The key insight involves recognizing that effective fitness routines should enhance your life rather than create additional stress or obligation. Anyone can apply this principle by exploring different types of movement until they find activities that genuinely bring pleasure and satisfaction. The fourth area reveals how the elite treat self-care as fundamental life maintenance rather than optional luxury or guilty indulgence. In affluent circles, personal care routines are viewed as necessary investments in long-term well-being rather than selfish activities requiring justification. Their self-care practices encompass everything from comprehensive skincare routines to regular massage therapy to quiet moments of personal reflection. The approach involves treating yourself with the same consideration and attention you would give to someone you deeply care about. This might manifest as elaborate skincare rituals using premium products or simple practices like lighting candles during evening relaxation time. The essential element is the mindset that views self-care as a responsibility rather than an indulgence that must be earned through productivity. They understand that consistent attention to personal needs creates the foundation for sustained energy and effectiveness in all other areas. The practice extends beyond physical care to include emotional and mental wellness through activities that promote inner peace and personal satisfaction. Implementing this approach requires shifting from viewing self-care as selfish to recognizing it as essential maintenance for optimal functioning. Continuing our exploration, we examine how the sophisticated approach reading as intellectual nourishment and cultural enrichment. The wealthy don't consume written content merely for entertainment, but use reading as a tool for continuous learning and mental stimulation. Their reading choices typically include literature, biographies, historical accounts, and contemporary analysis that broaden perspective and deepen understanding. This commitment to regular reading contributes to their ability to engage in substantive conversations across diverse topics and social situations. The practice involves setting aside dedicated time for reading rather than fitting it in around other activities or during brief moments of downtime. They often maintain physical libraries and prefer tangible books that allow for margin notes and deeper engagement with the material. The goal extends beyond information consumption to include developing critical thinking skills and expanding intellectual horizons. This approach to reading demonstrates how learning can be both pleasurable and practical, contributing to personal growth and social competence. Anyone can adopt this practice by selecting quality reading material and committing to regular reading sessions that prioritize depth over speed. The sixth practice involves using clothing choices as tools for psychological preparation and personal empowerment rather than simple body coverage. The affluent understand that clothing affects not only how others perceive them, but also how they perceive themselves and approach daily challenges. Their wardrobe selections reflect intentional choices about the energy and confidence they want to project throughout different types of interactions. This might involve wearing a tailored blazer for important meetings, selecting cashmere for comfort during creative work, or choosing crisp fabrics for enhanced focus. The approach emphasizes quality over quantity, investing in pieces that fit well and make the wearer feel confident and capable. They recognize that appropriate dress contributes to psychological readiness for whatever situations the day might present. The practice extends to paying attention to details like accessories and grooming that complete the overall impression of thoughtful preparation. This philosophy about dressing demonstrates how external choices can influence internal states and overall effectiveness in personal and professional situations. Implementing this approach involves building a wardrobe of pieces that make you feel confident and prepared rather than following trends or impulse purchases. Moving to dining practices, we discover how the elite transform meals into opportunities for connection and mindful consumption. The sophisticated never treat dinner as something to consume while distracted by television or digital devices that prevent proper attention to food and company. Instead, they create atmospheric dining experiences with proper table settings, ambient lighting, and opportunities for meaningful conversation. This approach treats mealtime as sacred space for nourishment, connection, and reflection, rather than mere fuel consumption or entertainment accompaniment. The practice often includes lighting candles, using quality dinnerware, and engaging in substantive discussions that strengthen relationships and stimulate intellectual exchange. They understand that shared meals create opportunities for deeper connection that are impossible when everyone is focused on individual screens or activities. The ritual of proper dining demonstrates respect for both the food being consumed and the people sharing the experience. This approach to meals shows how simple changes in setting and attention can transform necessary activities into meaningful experiences. Anyone can implement this practice by designating mealtimes as device-free zones and creating pleasant atmospheres for eating and conversation. The eighth practice reveals how the affluent use evening walks as tools for reflection, exercise, and mental restoration. Rather than viewing evening strolls as mere physical activity, they treat these walks as opportunities for contemplation and peaceful transition between day and night. Their walking practice often includes routes through gardens, neighborhoods, or natural settings that provide visual beauty and sensory engagement. The goal isn't achieving fitness targets or burning specific calories, but rather creating space for mental processing and emotional regulation. These walks serve as moving meditation that allows for reflection on the day's events and preparation for restful sleep. The practice demonstrates how simple activities can serve multiple purposes when approached with intention and mindfulness. Evening walks provide natural boundaries between productive day activities and restorative evening routines that support better sleep quality. They understand that this transitional activity helps release accumulated stress and tension while promoting mental clarity and emotional balance. Anyone can adopt this practice by taking brief walks after dinner or during evening hours, focusing on observation and reflection rather than speed or distance. Finally, we explore how the elite end each day with gratitude practices that promote positive mindset and emotional well-being. Rather than falling asleep while consuming media or reviewing tomorrow's obligations, they dedicate time to acknowledging positive aspects of their current experience. This practice often involves writing down 3 specific things they appreciate from the day, or mentally reviewing moments that brought satisfaction or joy. The approach shifts focus from problems and deficiencies toward abundance and positive experiences that might otherwise go unnoticed. Regular gratitude practice trains the mind to notice and appreciate positive elements rather than defaulting to worry or criticism. They understand that ending the day on positive notes creates better conditions for restful sleep and optimistic morning attitudes. The ritual takes only a few minutes but creates lasting changes in overall life satisfaction and emotional resilience. This practice demonstrates how simple mental habits can have profound effects on psychological well-being and life satisfaction. Implementing daily gratitude practice requires only the commitment to spend a few minutes acknowledging positive aspects of your current experience. These 9 practices reveal that sophisticated living is less about expensive possessions and more about intentional choices that enhance daily experience quality. The most remarkable aspect of these habits is their accessibility to anyone willing to prioritize mindfulness and intention over convenience and habit. Implementing even a few of these practices can create noticeable improvements in life satisfaction, personal confidence, and social presence. The key lies in understanding that small, consistent changes in daily routines can produce significant transformations in overall life quality and personal fulfillment. These refined approaches to ordinary activities demonstrate that luxury is ultimately about the quality of attention we bring to our everyday experiences. Anyone can begin incorporating these practices immediately, starting with whichever appeals most strongly or feels most achievable given current circumstances. The goal isn't perfection, but rather the gradual cultivation of habits that reflect intentional living and personal sophistication. Click subscribe now and activate notifications to continue discovering how you can elevate every aspect of your daily life through these transformative insights.